All right, guys, we're gonna record that video for Pastor's Day.
Well, I'm thankful because they're pretty much always there when we need something. They each help out in certain parts of my life. Pastor gives, advice, both of the pastors. Quito with his music ministry, Amy with music too. And I'm thankful for them because God has used them in a big way in my life.
I want to say, I'm thankful to Jesus for giving me my pastors and my family thing. That's what I'm yes.
I'm thankful for the whole family because from each of them I've learned something different. They each have given me something that God has given to them, they have given to me, and they've each helped me in ways to make myself better.
I'm thankful because they were put in this place, and ever since God put them in this place, this church has grown so much, not only in numbers but spiritually, and how everyone's saying each one of them has something different that they give and that they transmit whatever they have to other people.
Okay, so I remember when we went to Utah, we were all messing around in the gas station parking lot. We were all playing, and we started running around, and the car alarm went off on somebody's car, and Amy came running out of the store, and she was like, "What did you guys do?" I said, "Nothing."
Another good story that I remember, we lived this with Amy. Pastor was there was a bunch of people, but it was Amy, Grace, and I. We were outside of the house in our jumpers, and it was already at night. And there was this guy that came dressed like
Michael Myers.
It was October?
Yes.
It was in October.
Yeah.
It was Halloween.
And there was a guy dressed as like Michael Myers, and he was coming towards us with a knife. We're like,
and we were inside the jumper. We were just laying down talking, and we saw him, and we ran out of the jumper, and we ran inside the house, screaming our heads off that we were so scared that someone was gonna come and kill us because he had a knife and stuff, and it was so scary. And we even told Pastor and we told my mom that someone was outside trying to kill us.
And he even went
and he went up
to the
door, and he hit the knife on the
against the
and
window.
then he just left.
And we didn't even go outside anymore.
Yeah, we were all going outside. That was crazy.
That was crazy. How would it scary? And then another good story with Quito. When we were coming back from Salt Lake, was it? Utah? Whatever. We were coming back from somewhere. And he had to sleep because he hadn't slept because he said Hermano Franklin wouldn't let him sleep or whatever. And he came up with this song. Remember? Pompies? Yeah. That was pretty funny.
When I came in the car with him one time when we went to American Falls, and his dad was falling asleep, Pastor was falling asleep while he was driving, so Quito kept getting in his face like, "Dad!"
Or when we went to when we went to go sing, I think it was in Rupert, that we went at night to go get food, and Quito was like, "Watch." Quito was driving, and he's all like, "Watch. Imagine I'm going the wrong way," and he was literally going the wrong way. And Pastor Arturo was there, and we're all like, "Okay, we're not gonna tell this to Pastor Ceci because she's gonna get mad." That was now she knows. Now she knows.
Yo me acuerdo cuando fuimos a Salt Lake City, cuando Franklin no nos dejó dormir con Quito, ahí estábamos, y Franklin decía, "¡Santo!"
Oh, I have another one. When we were driving to, I think it was Utah, and I was in the car with your mom. Your mom was driving, and I was sitting in the back. No, I was sitting in the front, and Amy was sitting behind me. And a song came on, and it was telling us to lift our hands. And your mom was like, "Jesus," and then me and Amy were half asleep, and we're like, "Jesus." I can't remember what song it was though.
good story with Pastor. It was Pastor Ceci, my mom. I think Brian was in the van. Yaquito, Amy, and I. And we were. We went to Salt Lake.
I was nobody.
The thing is that we like battled with my mom and Pastor Ceci. We were just singing like a bunch of coros. And then at the end, Amy and I won, but my mom and Pastor say they won.
I was singing with Brian.
We finished the song with singing a song from our hermana Paquita La del Barrio. But my mom and Pastor Ceci think they won, but Amy and I won. That's the truth. Just to let you guys know.
That's pretty messed up. You know, like a video, right?
You're supposed to let them win.
That they won, hands down.
Amy's winning. Amy, you won. We won. But yeah, pretty good moments there.
Desi, say your story with Quito.
Oh, one. I don't know if it happened, but I don't remember. But Quito said when I first met him, I told him my name and that I ate metal with scissors in my hand, and he got pretty freaked out. That's how he remembers me.
Or I have lots of memories with Quito because he's like my homie, I guess what he said. Because like when we go inside the kitchen thing to pray to go up here, he always messes around with me and he's really weird. But it's funny to watch him be weird. And then he like made a song of me and Rosie saying like he has me and Rosie on one side and we're going to a club or something. It was so weird, but it was like funny.
Like I remember when we went to Salt Lake City or somewhere in Utah, and every time we stop at the gasoline station, something always has to happen. And I remember one time, it was during the night that Desi was like, I can do this thing with my eyes, and he can make them shake. And we told Quito, me and what I had told Quito what he can do, so Quito came and saw. And from there, Quito like was telling stuff like, I don't know how it happened that.
He was saying something like, watch, look.
Like, look what's gonna happen.
What's gonna happen? And he started praying for him, and his eyes started shaking. I was like, I don't know where to.
I remember one time when we were coming back from I don't know where, and I went in the car I asked Pastor if I could go in the car with her, and she had Desi and Nando in there, and Desi had like, we were like messing around, and Desi has like this high pitched like laugh, and I guess Pastor Arturo was trying to concentrate driving, and Pastor Sanchez would turn around and be like, Nando, shh, keep it down. He's trying to concentrate. And we would be like laughing in the back, and then he'll do it again, and then they were like, I'm not saying they're getting mad or something like that, but it seemed like it was so funny because Nando was like really high pitched.
Oh, I remember with Pastor Arturo the first time we went to, was it Utah? When we went, they rented that big old van and all the girls were in there. Yeah. And it was Nelson driving and then Pastor Arturo next to him. And then we were in the first seat, it was like Güera, me, and I think Gracie and Gabby. And then Güera put her phone, she put like the cup lights on. And then Pastor Arturo was all like, oh, ya nos pararon. That was so weird. I remember doing that like every hour. And he kept getting scared. And then Jaden, it's funny how, what does he say?
What's up, McDonald?
Oh, that he sings that song and he says pelotas, but it sounds like he says something else.
Something where none of us are supposed to say.
Yeah.
I think the cutest thing that Jaden does, like when we come to practice on Thursdays for like the worship team, he always comes because Pastor and they bring him, and he always has a tendency, or he always wants to be up here singing. So like someone will hand him the mic and he'll just start singing, and you just hear like Santo or it's just stuff, and it's so cute because it's like out of nowhere.
Whenever I see Jaden, and when church starts, I always tell Jaden, "What's up, Jaden?" I go put my hand out, and he looks at me for like 5 seconds, and he's like, and then he'll go, he'll turn around and walk away.
Do you guys remember when he picked up that like habit, or he was like going up to people and putting his hands on you and saying Santo, and you had to fall, and if you fell, he would come back and do it again, and do it again. I love that.
I remember one one time when I told Jaden to give me a kiss, and then I was bending down and he smacked in the face.
Jaden just always runs away from me.
He doesn't like you. He's like, who's that tall girl? Or when Jaden was at our house, Gabby, and you got him his bat, and he was whacking your candles off of your table.
I remember.
I think it's pretty funny that every time he sees Pollo, no matter where, he's all like, Pio!
Or when church starts and you guys come up, all you hear is Quito. Now every time I see Quito up here, I say Quito.
Good times.
Wow, I can't believe how God has allowed us to see how, you know, each and one of them has grown spiritually, and it's just been great sharing all this time with them.
Es increíble cómo están atentos a sus ovejas. Cuando le llama a uno en la madrugada, en el día, no importa. Para ellos.
She said interrupt, so I'm interrupting. I just want to say that you guys are awesome for always being there for my family when we go to jail. I just we're in the hospital. Yeah.
I just want to say thanks for being there for us. You're always there, and how they come for you, come to you no matter what they're going through. They give up what they're doing and come to you for your problem.
And I think Amy and Quito, or now Jaden, they're so strong, and they, I don't know, I know myself I wouldn't be able to do it, to have my parents be pastors, and I have to be putting aside, like they do every day, they have to put themselves apart so pastors can go and pray for people, or they have to put their family time to some other time, remove it, because, you know, pastor has to go do, you know, what God's called her to do, and they're just strong.
Por la dedicación que ellos tienen con nosotros, como individualmente, como una familia, siempre nos apoyan y están ahí.
I just think the family, from when I first started coming here, spiritually they've grown, and me as well, but I've got to see Quito and Amy, you know, grow spiritually. From when I first came here, they were so small, and Quito barely learning how to play the drums, and Amy singing with her orange dresses and flowers. And it's so nice to see everybody growing together.
We love you!